We're joined here at the desk by U.S. Representative Pat Meehan, who sits on the Homeland Security Committee there in Congress, and also you focused on terrorism when you were a U.S. attorney. We know that you're sort of in the loop on this. What are you hearing?
Well, I'm hearing confirmation for a lot of what you've reported right now. And the key thing is that they have tied together suspect number 2, who is currently the individual they're chasing in Watertown, Massachusetts, as being the second accomplice to the event in Boston. So what they are in pursuit of now is the person that they believe is clearly the second person involved with the bombing of Boston.
I want to be very careful, Congressman, and don't say a word if you cannot. But there's a lot out there on the internet right now, and as you know, we as a news organization must be extremely careful with what we report here this morning. But there are other things going on out there that police are looking at right now, and federal investigators as well. We can at least say that.
Well, I think that you're being responsible, and as somebody who has conducted investigations under the glare of the media, and people need to try to get the right story, but there are often strains of information that go out there that can be proven to be wrong. Certainly, I was awoken early this morning because they believed I needed to know about certain events, but as things unfold, it is important to say that information that may be reported in media blogs and other things can clearly be wrong. And some of the things that I have seen out there today look as if they are clearly wrong. So you're responsibly reporting. What we know is it is suspect number 2. And the information I have is that there's a sense that suspect 2 and 1 have been connected together prior to, this occasion, and may have been people who, have come into the country.
You've spent a lot of time looking at patterns, how people do things, why they do what they do. In many of these cases, often people try to flee, but they're caught in the first 24 hours. Details come out. A lot of focus was put on the fact that 24 hours passed and these people had not been caught. Were you surprised that they turned out to be sitting right there in a suburb, that they didn't try to get further away?
Yes and no. Part of what appears to have been happening, at least this is what has been reported, as that the intensity associated with the release of those photographs by the FBI yesterday, what may have been one of the things that initiated their concern that there was heightened scrutiny in Boston, and this was an attempt to begin to try to get away. Often they say the first 24 hours, but what was known from the beginning was that there was real evidence at that crime scene. First, the nature of the bombs themselves, and second, the tremendous amount of video imaging. And it was shown that the images that were been able to be produced have very, very quickly allowed them to move in on who the suspects were.
Congressman Pat Meehan, thanks so much for joining us here in our Action News studios, and we'll be in contact with you. Thanks so much.
Great to be with you. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.